For you guys that have never been, welcome to Yosemite National Park. You got this tunnel right before you hit Tunnel View, which is right there, right behind me. So you want to stop, you know where to stop. You don't have to stop, but really gorgeous view when you do, and plenty of parking, as you guys can see right over there. Unfortunately though, there are no restrooms. Trash cans, yes. So might not be a pit stop if you really need to go. Let's check out the rest of the valley below. Holy moly. That is one gigantic rock. Wow. Just driving through Yosemite Valley itself, it's just so tranquil. It's so serene. Just taking in the air from the open windows, the smell of nature, the sound of nature, the birds, seeing the trees, seeing all the color of green and brown, and the sky is so blue. This is what it is to me to just meditate. Not think, but to feel and take everything in that surrounds you. Your surroundings. No thoughts, no thinking, no stress, no nothing. Just serenity. Our first stop will be Swinging Bridge. And as you guys can tell, there's plenty of parking. However, when the summer arrives and there's no pandemic, it's gonna be really crowded. So please get here early because, well, there are restrooms right there. So yeah, bathroom break, restroom right over there. Another bonus to Swinging Bridge is there are picnic tables. And along with the picnic tables, there are barbecue grills, like so. That means you can actually bring your food, grill it, and have a really good time right by the Merced River. 11, 12, 13. There are 13 picnic tables, so plenty of room for everybody. No swinging bridge, unfortunately. That'd be pretty scary if that were the case. Just going back and forth, swinging side to side. And let's go check out the bottom. So that is the bridge. And then as you guys can tell, the background is pretty sick. Y'all see that? There's a line going from the top all the way to the middle. That is called Yosemite Falls. It's just dry right now because summer, end of summer. Now this spot is really nice. The other side of the swinging bridge. Alright, so I'm gonna travel the rest of the valley, not in my car, but on my wheel. And I would actually recommend that you guys rent a bike or bring up your bikes because it is really nice to ride the floor or the valley floor on your bikes, just so you get a better and slower feel of everything around you instead of being in a car and kind of rushing everything. Meet Fred. This is our transport for today. Ow. This is lovely because there's there's nobody on this path, at least. And also on the bridge, there was hardly anybody just walking across. It was pretty much clear in the middle. Today is just, I can't wait. I cannot wait. If you guys are excited, please leave a like. That helps my channel out a lot. And consider subscribing because I'll take you guys around California with me. Right here, a nice meadow for anybody to walk through if you really want. Just to take a peaceful stroll. Oh, right here. Yeah, you got a path right here, guys. Take it right down there, right to the water. On our right side, we have Half Dome peeking out. Oh, you guys see it? That is the world famous Half Dome. You guys can notice. That granite rock right there in the background is Half Dome. So you can get a good view right here at Sentinel Bridge, along with the great view of this crazy landscape in the back as well. This scenery, the calm quietness of it, that's why I highly recommend you guys grab a bike and just ride throughout the entire valley on nice paved path just like this one. It's just super relaxing. There are bus stops located along the valley, and it makes it easy for you to get to places you want to be without driving there or walking there, hiking. And it's a nicer way to relax, I'd say, if you had a long day in the car, you know. Oh man, this is so ominous right now, because I just saw a sign right here that says "Welcome Curry Village," and there's hardly anybody around this area, as you guys can see. During regular times, this is very packed, and this is another bus stop, and there are a lot of people sitting waiting for the bus, but right now it's just empty and quiet. When this is operating normally, as you can see, there's so many things here: tents, amphitheater, got guest lounge, Stoneman House, food service, retail shops, tents, shower house, restrooms, of course. Yeah, pretty much a village. But right now, a ghost town. That is very cool that you can still rent bikes. Why can't you be like this all the time? Parking lot just empty, just empty. So right now we are right over the bridge, and as you guys can see, the water is pretty much dried out. However, you can still jump right on in if you really wanted to. You know, after a day of walking around or even riding your bike, sometimes your feet are pretty nasty and smelly, and what better way to relax them than to put them in some ice cold, or hey, maybe some warm water. Ooh, that feels good. That feels good. Not icy cold, how I actually thought it would be, but it's very refreshing for the feet, I'll tell you that. Like this video if you like clean feet. Alright, let's get out of here. We are gonna head towards the visitor center. Somewhere that way. We are definitely getting close to our next destination. You guys ready for a short hike? Alright, let's go. Lower Yosemite Falls. Right now the creek is dry, of course, or else there would be water going all the way down there. It is so empty right now, I could be silly as much as I want. What do you guys think of this spot compared to the other places we've been to? So I was planning to actually hike to the top or the bottom of that waterfall. However, I heard it was super dry, so we're not gonna do that. And the crazy thing is, if you really wanted to check out the top of the waterfall, you could. The hike up there is actually like 5 hours if you are not fit. However, if you are fit, it's only about 3 hours actually. Pretty crazy views when you're actually up there at the middle and at the top, because you can see all of the valley, which is nuts. All right, let's get out of here. So this path is supposed to be for pedestrians only. However, it's pretty empty today, so we'll be down at the bottom much faster and nobody to hit because nobody around us, as you guys can see. All this is to ourselves. And then right in front, there's nobody. This is super rare. Super, super rare. So I highly recommend that you guys come to Yosemite right now, ASAP, so you can do something like this where you can ride a bike just about anywhere, just because there's not a lot of foot traffic at all, which is insane considering this is Yosemite National Park and it's one of the top 3 parks in the United States and there's nobody here. Look at this. I'll make a circle. Nobody. Nobody but me and you. We are heading back to the swinging bridge. Oh, snaps. We're heading back to the swinging bridge and we're gonna go find some more viewpoints, but this time we're gonna need a car because this wheel's too slow. Look at this crazy view. Wow. How vast and open it is, guys. Look at that. Look at that. That is a monstrosity of a mountain. We are back on the swing. Oh, okay. All right, on to the next spot. So we made it to our last spot and I've never stopped here until now, but welcome to Yosemite Valley View. All right, hopefully I got this down right. The left side is El Capitan, right that way. On the right side, you have Britaville Falls. And
I didn't know if you still wanted
the
to stop. This is what I was
waterfall is pretty dry right now, but if you can really look in at it, you can see it misting as it's heading to the bottom. It's really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed exploring this place. It was an absolutely amazing experience not having a lot of people here. And in the comments below, tell me which was your favorite spot. Subscribe if you enjoy videos like this. Definitely come visit Yosemite ASAP, guys. Peace. I know that was supposed to be the ending, right? I couldn't help myself to stop and check out this view. Look at that. My golly! It is magnificent.